And good Tuesday evening, everybody, and welcome to the gym here at McBain High School. We've got girls Highland Conference volleyball action for you tonight alongside my good friend Sean Murphy. I'm Jay Simon. We're thrilled to be bringing this to you live from McBain, but we've also got a very special night tonight. It is Dig Pink night. You'll find during this match it is a sea of pink in the crowd, pink shirts all over. The teams are using a pink ball tonight, and they have pink jerseys. It's part of a October, the breast cancer awareness for the month of October, and volleyball teams around the country and in this area support the research for breast cancer and trying to find a cure all across and raise funds during these matches. And so tonight the McBain Ramblers and the Lake City Trojans playing their Highland Conference contest will also be playing in support of some local individuals too. Sean Murphy, the longtime coach here in McBain as well. Well, he didn't video bomb us, but he did nearly
try to throw a ball.
He did try to throw a ball at us.
I shanked it. The two that we have tonight, actually one of them is actually a family member of one of the volleyball players, Mrs. Retluski. She's actually the grandmother of Megan Camphouse, and this is her second time battling breast cancer. So she's definitely in the girls' thoughts and in their prayers, and definitely strong community support for this. The other one that we have tonight, person in support of, is Alex Yonkman, who actually is a graduate of McBain High School a few years ago. I'm not sure the exact year, but she's battling cancer as well. So it really pulls on the heartstrings with these girls when they're raising money for someone that they actually know. And I believe the number was just under $2,500 that they were able to raise through a number of things. I don't know if everyone knows what flocking is. But when your flamingos show up in your yard, that means that you have been flocked, and that's one of the ways that they raise money, and it's a fun event, but for definitely a very worthy cause.
I was going to say, I think I may have seen on Facebook.
Yeah, I got flocked this year.
I think I saw him in your yard at one point.
That's right. Yeah. So
without question, yeah, $2,500. Fantastic support from this community. Little personal aside. Sean and I both coached in this community, myself over at Northern Michigan Christian and Sean right here in McBain. And this Dig Pink event in October, our teams participated in this as well. And it's always been a tradition here in McBain to do these matches and to support local people.
Yes.
It's one thing to write a check to a very worthy organization, like a national organization, but it's another one to write a check to somebody who needs that locally. It's very personal.
And I think it really makes an impact on the players as well when they see that recipient get that. It does. It makes it very personal and very, very worthwhile. So.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There will be some volleyball played tonight as well. The McBain Ramblers and the Lake City Trojans. This is the final Highland Conference contest for McBain. Lake City does have to play Marion on Friday to close out their Highland slate. Ramblers come into this contest 44-8-2 overall, having a fantastic season. They are unbeaten in Highland Conference play. A win tonight would allow them to go into the tournament on Saturday. For those that don't know, in the Highland Conference, you play every team once during the regular season, and then there's a tournament that also counts toward the Highland Conference title. But McBain could set themselves up very well for that tournament on Saturday with a win tonight. Of course, led by 1,000-kill outside hitter Sammy Van Houten, who I believe is taller than either one of us. Feels that way.
She's got some legs and some arms, and she can reach. And I'll tell you what, this team they've got a few things in their eyesight, and I think one of those is breaking the school record, which was a few years back. And I've talked with Dawn, and she's made it pretty clear that that's one of the goals that they're trying to shoot for, which of course they're going to have to make it through regionals to get there. But they have a legitimate shot. This team is extremely well-rounded. They've got great defense, and they've got some solid hitters. I mean, Sammy leading the way with 1,000 kills so far this season plus. But you've got a couple of youngsters too. Riley Isaga, she can bring the heat. Michaela Copeman is really starting to dominate the middle, and it's fun to watch.
This team has not been to the state quarterfinals since 2009. I don't know if you know anything about that year.
I recall something about that. Yeah.
I think they got to the state semifinals, and then I think it was coaching was why they couldn't get to the final.
When you lose 3 straight and you only break. Yeah, that's coaching. That is all coaching right there.
I think it was you that always told me, if you lose by 2, it's your fault.
If it's close, it's coaching.
That's right. It's always your fault. It's a great run, though. If you go back to the switch in 2007, McBain has advanced to at least the regionals in 6 of the last 9 seasons. So they've had a nice run here in McBain, and obviously Coach Dawn Verberkmos and her Chargers looking to do that again. Meanwhile, Lake City coming off a very successful year last year, actually, I believe won the Highland Conference, if I'm not mistaken. But they graduated a ton of senior talent, and they are very young, just 2 seniors on this team in Haley Pilkis and Maggie Thome. But Coach Bridget Artis telling me they started off real struggle, but they've really come along in the past. They're around 500 now, 14, 16, and 4, I believe, on the 14, 16, and 3 on the season. But playing some of their best volleyball of the year.
And I've seen, I've just kind of been following them in the paper a little bit, and they've won, I believe, at least 1 or 2 tournaments that they've played in. And, they're definitely starting to come into their stride. And, you got to give them credit, even though they're young. When you've got a couple of seniors, I know Maggie, she used to go to school here as well. And Maggie is just a phenomenal kid and just a great athlete. So when you've got someone like her as a senior leader, she can really bring those kids along too. So it'll be fun to watch them and see how they compete tonight.
Great atmosphere, absolutely packed house here in McBain. Opening game coming up in just a couple minutes. We'll be right back here on My News 26.